Marty, how long have we known each other? I need grommets. Who else am I gonna call? Yes, what happened to Jen is tragic, but it's life. And, you know, there's no better remedy than work. She's given the company all she's got. And she's got a new line coming, so we're all set. Of course, buddy, I got you on speed dial. I'll call. I said I'll call you.
Well, Lucinda asked me to drop these off, so here you go. Dusty, hi.
You want to put your eyes back in your head and put those on my desk for me? Sure. Sorry. Thank you. That's very cute, distracting people like that.
So, we meet again?
Yeah, what a surprise. We're at my workplace.
Lucinda asked me to drop some stuff off.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I want to talk to you.
Talking is good.
You might not think so when you hear what I'm going to say.
I just spoke to Bob. I think he may have gotten through to Mother. She's gonna like that one.
No, she's not.
No, she's not. She can return it.
You know, it's not about the hat. It's about what it represents. The cancer, the chemo, not feeling well, losing her hair, all of that.
I'm grateful for the chemo. I am. It's a proven treatment. And Mother is very strong.
No, she's not strong.
She is.
Lily, you weren't there. She was curled up like a frightened child, clinging to me and sobbing.
That's good.
Good?
Yes, it's good. It's about time she let her feelings out. Of course they're going to be overwhelming. She's been sitting on them for weeks. And I know this must have been very frightening to see her that way, but it's also a breakthrough that she could share with you how scared she is.
All I could do was hold her. Was it enough?
Having breast cancer, and I don't even know what stage you're in, of course, but beating it, that's one thing. But without chemo, without radiation, without surgery, for heaven's sake, I mean, talk to me.
I promised I'd tell you, and I will.
All right.
But I am counting on you to keep your promise as well. Dr. Hughes can't find out that I've talked to you.
I'm on the hospital board. Don't you worry about Dr. Hughes.
Well, he'd be fully within his rights to fire me. I'm a medical masseuse. I can't advise patients on their treatment plans.
You're not advising me. You're confiding in me, woman to woman. De la vida.
It's the clinic of life.
Yeah, I got that.
It's a wonderful place. Fully staffed, fully equipped. They've got oncologists, surgeons, everything that you'd find here, but with a difference. They're willing to try new therapies.
Ah, yeah. I mean, therapies that just cost the moon and, I mean, keep on paying, right?
Mm.
Ah, just across the border in lovely Mexico. I have read about these places, actually, and they just take your money. They take your money till you're dead.
Well, that's exactly what I thought, until I went down there. Now remember, I work at a state-of-the-art hospital, so I was very skeptical. But I went with a friend. She was getting treatment, and I wanted to make sure she wasn't being taken advantage of. Mm-hmm. But the joke was on me. Because first they convinced me, and then they cured me. After less than a year, I am not only cancer-free, but my energy is back, and I feel great. Now, I am not promising that they could cure you. And I probably shouldn't have brought it up. But I just know what it's like to feel scared and want answers.
Now, I'm no lawyer, but it seems to me that if you plan on taking a newborn baby from his mama's arms, you're gonna have to prove that you're qualified. And once they find out what you've done, how you killed my boy, No judge in his right mind will give you custody.
Where's the baby? You were supposed to stay with him. Where is he? Where's my boy? What do you want?
It's about what you want, Carly, and what you're willing to do to get it.
I'm not really, I don't think I understand this. You're telling me that Casey is the father of your child?
I'm really sorry. Mrs. Hughes, you and Mr. Hughes have been so nice to me, and I never meant for you to find out like this.
Why come here? Why bring it up?
Because I didn't have a choice.
That's a lie. You could have let them keep the baby. You're not even fit to raise it anyway.
Casey, that's enough.
It was all solved. All she had to do was leave it alone. But no. You gotta go and get yourself an attorney and drag me into it.
Just tell me this is a mistake, honey. Just tell me it's a mistake.
Son?
The way it happened, it was an accident.
Just shut up, Gwen. Just stay out of it.
I have rather a lot of acquaintance with hospitals. Maybe I should watch my step. What makes this one different?
Well, this place, they do an extremely detailed workup. Then they set a course of treatment that could involve anything from oxygen or metabolic therapies, hypothermia, detoxification, or nutritional therapies. They're all designed to inhibit the cancer and to stimulate healing.
Inhibit the cancer. I've read about that. I know that. I mean, to keep the cancer cells asleep or whatever. But no, it's too nice, too simplistic.
Well, my experience may not be every patient's experience, but after my first day at the clinic, I felt better. I know my body pretty well, and I swear to you that I could feel the tumor shrinking. I know I looked better, and my energy was back.
Of course, I've had a lumpectomy and clear margins. I mean, darling, you're so young. Who's to say that you wouldn't just have self-healed anyway?
No one. And maybe the traditional approach, the chemo and the radiation, is right for you. I know it's what Meg would recommend. But it wasn't for me. I couldn't face the side effects.
Doctors have given Mother a very good prognosis. They got the mass, the margins are clear, and the chemo is just to make sure they catch anything they missed. And I think this meltdown that Mother had is more about losing control than about fear of the cancer. We just have to expect we're going to have good days and bad days and just help her through them.
Right. Well, maybe this massage today will help her. We should get going, see how she's doing.
You know, before we go, can I ask you a question? Have you had a mammogram recently?
Well, to tell you the truth, I've never had one.
Really?
My doctor in Montega thought that it wasn't necessary at my age.
Oh. My doctor here says I should start getting them regularly. I thought maybe the two of us could go together for an appointment.
I'd like that.
And it's also good for our health, but we'll also be supporting Mother. Right?
Right. You know, Lily, I don't say it that often, but I love you. And I'm glad we're in this together.
I love you too. She's going to be all right. Poor Mom. Just believe it.
Let's talk about last night.
Oh, you're not going to lecture me on my cooking, are you?
Who's cooking?
Okay, thanks to you, we actually had dinner, which I enjoyed very much.
Me too. I did too. You and I are in a different place, you know? You want... I'm not gonna tell you what you want, but I definitely don't want a relationship, you know? Don't have time for it.
So this little speech to your employees about how it's just a job, not life.
Well, it's just the difference between being an employee and being a boss.
You're absolutely right. And I do admire the fact that you've made a commitment to Street Jeans and that you're working so hard to make it a success.
It's awfully tricky, not knowing when Jen's gonna come in. I'm on the phone with all these nervous buyers.
A lot of hand-holding.
Yeah, about 10 hours of it a day.
I understand.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's good, because I like it. I don't want to disappoint you.
Well, I like you too. And you're right, you don't have time for a relationship. And if you did, I'd have to say no.
Gwen, we obviously need to have a conversation with our son.
I understand. Just know that I didn't want this to happen. I really didn't. But the court is going to contact you. Or maybe just Casey. Either way, the judge wants to speak to him.
Okay. Then, thank you for letting us know.
Don't look at me like that.
How am I supposed to look at you? That girl, and she is still just a little girl, had a child all by herself. She put it up for adoption all by herself. She went to court all by herself. So forgive me if I'm having a little trouble with this, but Casey, you abandoned someone that you had been intimate with. That is so cowardly. That is cruel. We didn't raise you to be a person like that. You turned your back on your own son.
I didn't do that.
You didn't help her. You didn't stand up and take responsibility. You didn't come to us.
That's because I didn't know. First, I didn't know that she was pregnant, and then when I did know, Will said he was the father, and then she said she was giving it up for adoption. I didn't have anything to do with any of it.
Wait a minute. So what are you saying? Are you saying then that you are not the father?
Right. I'm not. I'm not the father.
I'm not playing games with you, Iris. You tell me straight out what you want, or this conversation is over.
When I read about your poor sister in a coma, I thought it was so sad. It's like Sleeping Beauty or something.
Our sister will recover. It's just a matter of time.
Which is why you want to take care of a kid, and that's very, very noble of you. Taking care of another woman's child because you're hoping that someday she's going to wake up and you're going to dress him in a little t-shirt and shorts and you're going to bring him to the hospital. Your sister, she'll laugh and she'll cry and she'll kiss you from today until next Sunday and be real, real grateful.
What are you implying?
Just that you want to do the right thing by your sister. It would be a shame if anything were to mess it up. In fact, I bet she would do just about anything to keep that birth mother from taking back that kid. Which is what she would do if she knew what I knew. You been to the mall lately? You know, the president says things are getting better, but I swear prices are going nowhere but up. I haven't bought myself a new dress in months.
You want money?
Is that what I said? I thought we were just having a conversation.
About what I would be willing to do to keep your mouth shut? Well, the answer is nothing. Except maybe call my husband and tell him that you just tried to blackmail me.
You know, you're probably right. I'm just thinking about myself. When that poor girl is in there just sweating it out, trying to get back her kid. Do you know how upset she would be if she knew that her son were living with a baby killer? Do you know what that tells me? It tells me that I got a civic duty to tell that poor girl. Now, you wouldn't happen to have her name and address, would you?
Will, what are you doing here?
I forgot my bag. Not that it's any of your business.
Excuse me.
Young man, were you in that courtroom today?
Yeah, it has nothing
Yeah.
to do with this.
I was. Why? Are you involved?
Well, you could say that.
I surprised you.
You always do.
You see, you haven't been married before. I have. So it takes some time to get over it. Even if a divorce isn't messy, which mine was. So I'm not quite ready to open myself up. And it has nothing to do with you. You are a great guy. It's me. I just want some time to think of me for a change, you know, see how that feels.
So the other night, what was that about?
Oh, was I being too girlfriendy? I'm sorry. I just wanted to have an easy evening. You know, dinner at home, maybe spend an hour or two with someone's undivided attention. I guess I was greedy, but we have fun when we have fun.
We certainly do.
And the setting, you know, the farm, childhood memories.
Your mother.
Well, she means well.
She thinks you can do better.
Well, I'm not ready to do anything more than what I'm already doing.
That's good. I'm glad we talked.
Yeah, me too. So, we'll keep it loose. And if we want to get together at the spur of the moment, that'll be great. For instance, tonight, I don't know if you're free.
No, I got a lot of calls to make, actually. You know, while the rest of the world is still awake.
What's this? I thought, street jeans was jeans.
We're diversifying.
Wow.
Those are prototypes.
These are beautiful. Is this silk?
Well, I don't know what that is. I mean, it's a microfiber. You can roll it up in a ball and it still looks great.
That's wonderful. Was this your idea, adding the dresses?
Yeah, it was, you know. Jeans are nice, but good to see a woman on a dress, or in a dress, or out of a dress.
Well, a dress does make you feel different.
Right.
You know, it gives you a whole different feel. Influences the way you move. You can't hide much in a dress. Don't you have work to do?
Well, which one do you like best?
Well, they're all beautiful.
Well, pick one. I want you to add one.
You're kidding. Well, this is going to take some time. Do you have time?
Yeah.
You're a friend of the birth mother's, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
And he was just leaving.
No need for you to rush off.
I thought that you and I had things to discuss.
Really? And I thought I made myself pretty clear.
It won't be a problem.
Glad to hear it.
Well, goodbye.
This isn't over.
Glad to see that you came to your senses, Carly. I'd hate for you to lose that child. He means so much to you.
You're not the father?
So you're saying Gwen is lying? Hey, Case.
She's like the biggest liar in school. You can ask anybody. Actually, ask Zach and Josh.
So why don't we ask Will?
No. You're gonna trust him after he told everybody he was the father and then stopped when his mom cut off his credit cards?
Well, why? Why would he say that he's the father?
Who knows? He's always been a flake. They're both flakes.
You know, this was not a casual accusation. She stood up in court and named you as the father of this baby.
So you never heard anybody lie under oath?
Look, if Casey
Margot,
says that...
please. Okay, then. Why? Why does she name you as the father if, in fact, you aren't?
I don't know. Maybe she wants me to be the dad. She's always had a thing for me. Ask Mom. Remember? We talked about that. And then at one time that she came to the house, she was like going on and on about how nice it was and how rich we are. Maybe she, I don't know, maybe she thinks we'll give her money or something. Or maybe she thinks that because you're the DA, that the judge will help her out if I am the father.
Well, the fact that I'm a lawyer and the DA and your mom is a police officer, those are reasons not to name you as the father unless she's very sure of her case, because her attorney would be well aware that your mom and I have the means and the knowledge to challenge any false claims.
Well, who says she listened to him? I mean, she'll do anything to get what she wants. She doesn't care. First she wants the baby, then she doesn't want the baby, then Will was the father, now I'm the father. I mean, come on. Does this sound like a stable person to you?
Well, it does lead us up to your behavior of late, because you've been acting very unstable. You break up with a girl that you care about and you never tell us why. Then Will and you are best friends, and all of a sudden, what? You're not? You come up with this brand new plan to spend your senior year abroad.
I already explained that. It's like this really cool thing, and yeah. So things haven't been going so well lately. That's why I want to go away.
Well, maybe Celia dumped you because she found out that you slept with her best friend. Maybe Will dumped you because he realized you weren't going to stand up and do the right thing. And perhaps right now you're feeling ashamed of yourself, afraid that this is all going to come out and you're going to what? Run away?
But honey, I think you're being a little harsh now.
Now's the time, Casey, to come clean. It is right now, before this summons arrives, and my hands are tied.
Listen to me, baby. Just listen to me. If there's anything to this, if there's anything at all, you gotta tell us right now. Because if this is your child, then we're talking about our grandson.
He's not your grandson. God, look. Her little plan to give her kid to Rosanna Cabot didn't work out, so now she's looking around for something else. So she didn't like the Snyders. Too bad. That doesn't mean she can just show up at our house and pick us to be her kid's family.
All right. Look, I realize that we came in on you and you were in the middle of something, and maybe that sort of caught you off guard.
Don't you sugarcoat this. If this is his child, he has been lying to us for a year.
Look, Casey, we love you. You know that, don't you? You know that, don't you? We would do anything for you, but you gotta tell us the truth. Please. Now. Did you sleep with Gwen? Is there any chance that you are the father?
Coming up on As the World Turns.
Only the parties involved will be able to see the results of the test.
What test?
The paternity test.
Probably shut up the second I got in there. Oh, whatever it wasn't making her happy. Whoever she is, she's good news.
I'll take care of you.
What is it you really want from me?
One woman's suspected danger.
Stepping outside of that door would be very unwise.
Are you threatening me?
The other never saw it coming. This week on Guiding Light, CBS Daytime. Nobody does danger better.
Where were you? I called you like 50 times.
Sorry, I had to backtrack. So how'd it go with Casey?
Terrible. He flipped out and then his parents walked in.
You told them?
I had to. Casey Courageous wasn't going to.
It's okay. They were gonna find out soon anyway.
I just hope this doesn't make things worse.
I don't think it will. They're both model citizens. It can only help.
Yeah, with the judge, I'm talking about afterwards. They seem like the kind of people who'd want to be involved. And if they're involved, then Casey's involved. And if Casey's... At this point, if I never see him again, it's too soon.
I hear you.
He looks at me like he hates me. And he could care less about the baby.
Well, he never really thought about it. Or even held it.
I've only held him once.
Yeah, but that was enough. So, I say you just give it a chance. I'm sure he'll come around.
You didn't see him.
He's panicking. Especially with his parents there. He's always been boy perfect with them, you know.
Not anymore.
Did you sleep with Gwen?
No, of course not.
Oh, thank God we had this talk. Baby, just know that we are behind you 100%, huh?
Give me a minute with your mom?
Sure, but we're cool, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We love you, honey. Go on.
Whether or not we love you has never been an issue. We do, and we always will, no matter what.
All right.
Oh, man, that poor kid. I mean, to be accused of something like that, that's so unfair. But now it's behind us.
Honey,
What? What? Honey, he told me he would never lie to me. He wouldn't. He would never lie to me. He wouldn't.
leaving the question then, why would your son, who would do anything to avoid disappointing you?
Would you stop being a lawyer for 1 second and just be his father?
I think you better be glad that I'm a lawyer. This boy is in a world of trouble.
Well, it's kind of hard to say. A dress is all about the fit, you know? How it drapes, the way it moves. I think I'm gonna have to try it on.
So try it on now.
What, here?
Why not? It's just you and me.
Sorry, we'll do it again. Absolutely. Hello, darlings. This is Bev. She's from the hospital. It's my daughter's. She is a cancer masseuse, but she's on her way out. She's got to go now.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
And we will do it again.
Okay.
Hey. Hi. Hi. Hi.
What? For you. For me? Is it my birthday? No, it's not my birthday. Is it Mother's Day? No, that was a long time ago. What is it? I don't want a hat.
If you don't like it, we could take it back and get something else. There's scarves and there's a turban in there, too.
I think I'll get some big hoop earrings, and I'll set up a card table at the end of the driveway, and I'll tell people's fortune.
All right, okay, I understand.
Okay?
So what is your solution?
To all of this and that and so on, I'll tell you what it is. Since what my body is revolting against is the chemotherapy, I am going to stop the chemotherapy.
Absolutely not.
No, you can't do that.
Chemotherapy is not the only treatment out there.
It's the only treatment that has been proven to work, and you know that because you've read all the literature.
Well, I have. I've read a lot. I've read things that are published in the States, but hey, that doesn't mean that there aren't reputable doctors conducting reputable trials elsewhere.
Trials? Oh. What are you talking about? Being some sort of guinea pig? You would do that? You would subject yourself to treatments that are unproven and with God knows what kind of side effects?
You know what? I think Mother is just saying that she would like to research some more possibilities while she continues her chemotherapy. Right? And you will run everything that you find by Dr. Berg, right?
Because we trust Dr. Berg, Mother. You have to continue this treatment. It's the right thing to do.
Okay. All right, darlings. Okay, that's just fine. Sure, I will. I'll stick with the program.
Do you mean that?
Absolutely. I was just thinking out loud. I was just hoping that there might be some other way. And hey, who's to say that there won't be something else? And maybe sooner rather than later.
What kind of trouble, Tom? He's not the father.
Gwen Norbeck stood up in family court and named him as the father of her baby. The court is obligated to investigate that.
But he will tell them what he just told us, and that'll be the end of it. What? You don't believe him?
He is a teenage boy.
He's my teenage boy. And I know him. And he doesn't even like that girl.
Okay.
What's the matter with you? You don't trust your own son?
I didn't say that.
Well, that's certainly what it sounds like, and he needs all of our support right now.
He's got our support. But I'm not going to check my brain at the door.
Oh, you're saying that's what I'm doing?
No, I'm saying that he has had a rough year. He watched us turn away from each other. It obviously affected him more than he lets on. So why would he admit that he slept with Gwen? So, whatever his reasons, this is a mess. And once it gets out there...
Oh, God, it's going to ruin his life.
All right, let's see if there's something I can do.
What?
Go get him and I'll explain.
Why were you so late?
I had to get my backpack, and then I ran into Carly.
Did you see her in the hearing? That look she has? Like, she's the perfect mother and I'm not. She's, pretty smug.
Yeah, she seemed pretty happy with herself. Although, after the hearing...
What?
I don't know, but when I was there, something had changed.
Well, maybe it's knowing that Casey's the father. I mean, the Hughes family is a pretty big deal in this town.
She seemed really surprised when you named Casey, but she was still confident when we left, and confident is not how she was a few minutes ago. I don't know what's going on, believe me, but something's got her spooked.
It's not just for me, you know. I got a family to feed.
Let's just skip the song and dance, okay? What's the bottom line?
My kids need shoes.
That's it.
Well, that's pretty important, don't you think? I mean, they're growing like weeds.
Fine. Shoes it is.
What'd you think I was gonna ask for? A yacht? A Rolls Royce?
I didn't think anything.
Your daddy always promised that he'd show me the world. All I ever wanted was a kid. And you took that from me. Every dream I ever had died the day you killed my baby boy.
This week, CBS Daytime will have you on the edge of your seat.
I can't lose you now. I won't let you leave me.
It's the verdict you've been waiting for.
Will the defendant please rise?
The face-off you can't miss.
I'm not letting you anywhere near that child.
At the moment you never saw coming. This week on CBS Daytime, nobody does drama better.
Can you help me with the hook, please?
Why don't we take this off?
Just so we're clear, this is just for fun, right?
Right, I'll keep that in mind.
I'm sorry that I was so insistent.
Oh, honey,
For us is that I just want you to get better.
I know.
honey, it's perfectly all right. If you get too insistent, I'll just bite your heads off. Because I got the greatest daughters in the whole world. Just so wonderful. I love you. Now, I told you I loved you. Now you get out.
I'll walk you out.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. Love you, love you, love you. Do you speak English?
Yes.
I'd like to make an appointment for a consultation, please, as soon as possible.
Thanks, Judge. I do appreciate this. Then I will see you on the back nine.
Who's that?
The judge that's been assigned to your case, Rudolph.
Oh, he's very fair.
What'd he say?
He said he will issue a gag order and take any other steps necessary to keep this matter private.
That means that your name can't be used in the newspaper or on the television.
Only the parties involved will be able to see the results of the test.
What test?
The paternity test.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, they just take a swab from the inside of your mouth. It's nothing. So did you call your dad?
I did. He'll do it tomorrow.
You told Grandpa?
Come on, Bob is very discreet. He'll take the test and he'll submit it anonymously. No.
The sooner you take the test, the sooner this will all be over.
When I got to the courthouse, Carly was talking to some woman.
What, like a court officer?
No, I don't think so. She didn't have a uniform or a badge or anything. She could have been a social worker, but not your typical suit.
And she wasn't at the hearing?
No, but she asked me if I was.
Weird.
I thought so. And then Carly got really nervous and practically threw me out of there.
So, what were they talking about? Could you tell?
I don't know. Carly shut up the second I got in there. Oh, whatever it wasn't making her happy, so they're definitely not on the same side.
Oh, and you've never seen this woman before?
No. But whoever she is, she's good news.
This should cover those shoes. Oh, it's more than enough. You're too kind. My kids are waiting. And I'm sure that you want to talk to your lawyer.
What about?
Well, I just assumed that you talk to him every day. I mean, this being such a high-profile case. This is Rosanna Cabot's child we're talking
The
about.
judge decided the child should stay with me until the custody is worked out.
And I'm sure now that we've worked out a few things, the judge will leave him with you for good.
The judge will leave the child with me for good because it's the right thing to do. I gotta go.
Oh, thanks for the shoes, Carly.
Goodbye, Iris. Shoes my foot. Well, enjoy it, lady, because you're never getting another penny out of me.
Oh, that's good. For a beginning.
On the next As the World Turns.
Yesterday in court, Gwen said that Kate lied.
Say you're the father of the baby and that you and Gwen are gonna raise it together. She gets her kid back, everyone's happy.
I thought I could do this. I thought I could live with this, but I can't. I'm telling your sister.